Hey my village, it's your coach Mo. I'm back with a new video. Sorry I've been gone so long. There's been so much that's happened since the last time I did my video, but I am back and I'm pushing through. I'm okay. I had a car accident where I've been recovering and going through physical therapy, so I don't like recording when I'm in pain, but today I'm good, so I decided to do a video for you guys. For those who are new to my channel, I am Coach Mo. I'm a parenting and business coach. I help entrepreneur parents break generational curses, master time management and work-life balance, and co-parent with success while building a legacy to be able to provide for and raise mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally healthy kids. So today's topic is going to be about life skills that you should be teaching your kids before they turn 18. So the first one would be cooking. That one kind of seemed like it's simple, but believe it or not, a lot of millennials I meet don't know how to cook. Nobody ever taught them how to cook. I grew up in the era where there were stay-at-home moms and the men were the providers. It's not too many of those you see nowadays, but growing up, my mom, my aunts, all of them were stay-at-home wives, and all the men were entrepreneurs, out making money, paying bills, while the women took care of the kids, the traditional old-fashioned way. But they taught us how to cook. I started learning how to cook at the age of 10. So many people I meet now are in their late 20s or their 30s and they still don't know how to cook a decent meal. Just the basics. But when your kids are going off to college, we don't want them to live off of noodles and hot dogs and stuff like that, which is normally known for when they go off to college, because they don't know how to cook. They don't have, like, most dorm rooms, if they live on campus, don't have stoves. They just have a microwave, or they can have like, well, now they can get crock pots, George Foreman grills. They can get, what do you call those? Like air fryers. There's so many different options, toaster oven, that they can use now to be able to make a decent meal. So teach them how to make basic meals. They could be tacos, spaghetti, pasta. Those are easy things that they can cook that don't take a lot of work. Burgers. They could buy burger patties and grill them. Simple things like that, but it can still be healthy. Another thing is teach them how to clean. You wouldn't believe it, but these kids are lazy. You have to teach them how to clean. Who's gonna come clean their dorm room? I know you're not, especially if they go away far to college. They're gonna have to clean up after themselves. Their roommates, if they have to share a dorm room, is not gonna go for picking up after a grown person. Teach them the basics, cleaning bathrooms, especially now. It's so important because of pandemic. You want to keep your house sterilized, clean. They need to know how to do those things, make up their own bed, their room, wash laundry. Those are things they should be able to do before they turn 18. Actually, they should start doing all those things before the age of 10. But if they're a late bloomer, it's not too late. You can still teach them, boy or girl, because a lot of times moms do a lot for boys and the girls know how to do it, but the men don't, and they expect the next person or their girlfriend or whoever they're dating to do it for them. That's not going to work, not in this new age, in this new generation. So the next thing they need to know how to do is shop. Teach them how to grocery shop. I know too many adults that don't even know the basics to get when they first like move and start off with the basic seasonings and things like that. Teach them how to shop. They need to know what you get for laundry, detergent or dishwashing liquid, food, sauces, milk, cereal, different things like that, with seasonings to fill up their cabinet, which are the basic seasonings that you can use every day whenever you cook. But they need to know how to shop, buy mops, cleaning supplies, just different things they can sterilize their house with. A lot of people don't know the basic essentials that you buy and how to buy their own comforter, pillows, where to go buy clothes, because you're doing it for them. They need to know how to do that. Another thing is laundry. Who's going to wash their laundry? They're going to have to do their own laundry. So they do need to know how to wash laundry and what you use, what temperature to put it on, if it's cold, warm, hot, delicate, stuff like that. Just the basic essentials. Another thing they need to learn, which is really important, especially if they're like a college student, is budgeting. a lot of times we as parents don't teach our kid financial literacy. I didn't learn it. Then you go off to college, you get this larger lump sum of financial aid. Like, I didn't go live on campus. I had an apartment off campus and I worked, but I was making really good money. So I'm working, my job was paying for school, and I'm getting financial aid. So you get this lump sum of $5,000. You don't know what to do with it. You want to go shopping. Every time people got their financial aid in the beginning of the school year, you see new cars. They just go splurge and blow the money, especially kids that lived on campus. They don't have money left, and then they're struggling college students. They don't have money left for food because nobody taught them how to budget that out until the next semester when they get paid again, especially if they don't have a job. So we do need to teach them how to budget. I'm tired of the struggling lifestyle of a student. I've been a student for a long time. I'm still a student, getting ready to start my PhD program. And in 2 weeks, I'll be finishing my master's program. I don't like seeing people being struggling students. That's not an excuse to be broke because you're in school. Because I'm in school, work, single mom, have 2 businesses. I do it all. I'm not broke. So you go to school to get an education so you can prevent being broke and struggling, not having any money. So please teach them how to budget their money. Allowance, you can start as early as like 5, 6 with allowance and stuff, and teach them how to budget out their allowance. Like my son would get lump sums of money for birthday, Christmas. I give him allowance, $20 a week. I don't let him go blow it every time he get it on a gift card for Xbox or something. I tell him, no, like, that's not important. You have nothing to show for your Xbox gift card. Once it's gone, it's gone. You don't have anything to show for it. So I teach them how to budget, and I also teach them the value of $1. Like, don't buy stuff you can't have anything to show for. So that is really important to teach your kids. Another one is paying bills. Kids need to know how to pay bills. Give them some responsibility. My first bill was a cell phone. I wanted a cell phone. I was 13. I was working since I've been 13. And my mom was like, well, you can get a prepaid and you pay for it yourself. But teach them how to pay simple bills. Like, my bills are on auto debit, but I do teach my son, like, show him how it's being paid, go online. He can look and watch. He's only 12. So I let him know how you pay bills, why it's important to pay bills. If you don't pay them, your stuff will be cut off or things like that. So I do show him how to do those things, even though we use auto debit. Show him how to do it online, and then maybe take a payment in for something one day and teach them how to pay in person. But paying bills is important because you won't have electricity, you won't have, like, if you don't pay your mortgage or your rent, you won't have anywhere to stay if you don't know how to pay it. So definitely teach them how to pay some simple basic bills. It could be simple as starting off with Netflix or Hulu, $5 a month or $6, however much you pay. I don't know, because it just come out. I don't know how much I pay for that stuff. But definitely make sure you teach them. It could be something really small. My son wanted to do the HBO Max. I let him pay for it. And it comes off his debit card, and he'd be able to keep up with making sure he have money in his account to cover it, because I don't use that app, so it's just for him. Teach them stress management. Oh my gosh, it's so important. College is very stressful. For those of you who have been to college, when it comes to like midterms, finals, oh my gosh, it's really, really stressful. Teach them how to manage their stress. There's a lot of struggling college students that get so stressed out they drop out because it's overwhelming. Nobody ever taught them how to deal with basic stress that can come anytime. The pandemic is stressful. Just being able to go on campus and then no, you can't go on campus anymore, and now you got to go home. It's just a lot. And we need to teach our kids how to manage basic stress, meditate, yoga, breathing activities. Get them a therapist if you need. A lot of jobs have the EAP program, which cover you for a few therapy or coaching sessions per year. And it includes your dependents. So look into that and see what you can do to help show them that how important it is to take care of your mental health. Another one is communicating skills. They need to know how to talk for themselves. You shouldn't be making all decisions for, especially an 18-year-old or older. They're young adults. They have to learn how to make decisions for themselves eventually. we can't do it for them. Even now, my son is 12. Sometimes I give him options. Sometimes I let him make the decision on, oh, what do you feel? Like as far as schools go or playing sports, I don't force him to play sports, but I definitely give him an option and a choice so he can learn how to make those difficult decisions on his own, and he don't look to me to make them for him. Because once he become an adult and he go off and living on his own or being in a relationship, I'm not going to be in his business. That's your business. You take care of it, period. So teach them how to communicate, how to speak up for themselves. Don't hold too much in forever and then not speak up until they get to the point where they just like explode and they come out in all the wrong ways. We have to help them with that. A lot of these kids from the age 13 to about 17 are the highest rate of suicide. We don't need our kids killing themselves because they're scared to talk to us. That don't make sense. So make sure you have like an open door policy. Don't judge them. Don't get mad. Don't try to do everything for them or make all the decisions for them or not support them in their decisions. Because there is a lot of kids, like when I volunteer with programs like Nevada Partners, homeless youth, I donate to them. These are kids that's like LGBT community, homeless teenagers. It's crazy because their families disown them because of their life choice. That's not good. You want to be able to have that communication with the kid and make sure they have communication skills and feel in a safe space to talk to you. No judgment zone. That's why I tell my son, this is a no judgment zone. Tell me about anything. I want to know everything. Another one is manners. Basic manners, especially our little boys. Opening doors. I'm so old fashioned. Like my kid opened doors. His dad would not let him let me open the door by myself. Like getting in and out of the car, be like, you better open that door. So his dad showed him that. Like when we're all together, we go out family day. We're not together. We co-parent. But he see that his dad don't let me open doors. Getting in and out of the car. My boyfriend does the same thing. Where he opened the door for me, he makes sure he beat me to the door before I like swap my hand if I try to do it on my own, stuff like that. So teach your kids proper manners, especially interrupting adults while they're talking. Oh my gosh, that's like the biggest pet peeve for me. I do not like when a kid interrupt me when they see me talking to another adult. I would shut you down, be like, don't you see me talking? So definitely teach them those basic manners, because a lot of people don't go for that. Some people in my generation, I'm only getting ready to be 35 next week, they don't accept no kid interrupting, because we couldn't do it when we were a kid. We couldn't even be in the same room with the adults talking. We would be locked outside, and the only time you can come in the house is to use the bathroom or get something to drink. And then half the time we drunk from the water hose in the front yard. So I don't go to that extent for him, but I do let him know, you don't interrupt me while I'm talking. You say excuse me when you walk past somebody or in front of somebody. You hold the door, especially when you see a female coming behind you. You keep the door open and hold it for them. You help an elderly lady if you see them struggling carrying bags or trying to put something in their car. Ask permission and then help them. But those basic manners are really important. Teach them morals and values. You don't want your kid going off into adulthood, walling out, twerking on the internet, embarrassing themselves, putting all their business out there. Some things need to be sacred, and some things you don't show everything to everybody. You don't tell everybody everything. So just proper morals and values that you can pass on to them. If you don't know any, research, Google, Pinterest, whatever, basic morals and values. Especially these young girls, you shelter them, and then as soon as they become and get a little bit of freedom, they're out there, they're gone. Then they have to deal with society judging them, shaming them, and all those other things. So you don't want them to have to go through that just because it wasn't taught at home and someone else got to teach them, and it could be the wrong way. There's no right or wrong, but we still want to protect our kids no matter what. How to fill out an application. Oh my gosh, so many people don't know how to fill out a resume. I'm guilty of doing it from my brother. He was the baby. I'm 11 years older. He was like in his 19, 20 when he went to college. I did fill out his financial aid and the college application. So when it was time for him to do it, now he's getting ready to be like 23. I'm like, no, you got to do it. And he's like, I don't know how. So like, you got to teach them how to do that, how to fill out applications for college, how to do their financial aid, how to do a job application, how to build a resume. There's classes they can take for it. I took a build a resume class long time ago. Some high schools teach it. and it's some general things in high school that you might learn, but I don't know if all high schools do it. I know growing up we learned how to do resumes, stuff like that, use Microsoft Word, just those basic things. Teach your kids how to do, because how could they get a job and make money if they don't know how to apply? So but those are all the life skills that I feel like your kid should know before they turn 18. You can start as early as 5, like with chores, teaching them about money. When a kid gets to use money, get gift cards for their birthday, Christmas stuff, don't just let them go run and spend it all right then and there. Let them save it. There's an app for kids called Greenlight. That's what I use for my son. It's a prepaid debit card for kids. They can use it to buy stocks and stuff like that. They can use it to build a savings and do a goal of how much they want to save by whatever time to get whatever they want to get. But I'm teaching them how to use it through that, so you don't have to worry about doing a bank account, paying all this money for keeping so much in the bank account and all that stuff. You can do it the non-traditional way, and you won't have to worry about getting overages. Because if your kid is sneaky like mine, he would go subscribe for whatever thing, thinking it's free and not knowing, oh yeah, it's free 7-day trial, but after that they charge you. Then he learned his lesson. When they take all his money, you'd be like, I didn't know it was gonna charge. So you gotta read the fine print. So I'm teaching him responsibility, at the same time budgeting, and letting him learn of life's lessons where, okay, your money is gone, you should have read it, and that's it. Now you need to learn how to unsubscribe, and this is what you do. So that now I won't be losing money, he will. But those are the things I have for you. Thank you for watching. Hope you like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, Coach Mo out.